Good evening. Welcome back, DGOT News. Dustin, Nico, Mike, back again. This is round two for us. Still new, still finding our footing. Hopefully, you all enjoyed week one, which, based on the feedback, seems like you did, and we appreciate that. But yeah, so if you missed week one, what we're kind of going to do here is just kind of condense our instant reactions and talk about them here, as well as any other movies that we may have watched over the past week, other than our weekly horror reviews, and then talk about anything that's coming up, new releases, any news in horror, and just kind of have a conversation, have fun with it. So I guess we'll go ahead and get started here. New releases this week. I saw one, Nico saw one. They were not the same. So we got two different perspectives on two different movies. I saw The End of Oak Street. Now you may be thinking, that's not horror. Yes, it is. Nico asked me, is it more horror or more sci-fi? And I said, yes. Obviously, there's a lot of sci-fi with the dinosaurs and how they got there and all that part of it. So yes, it is sci-fi, but man, there's a lot of deaths. There is a lot of gore, a lot of action, a lot of tense moments, and so I consider it horror as well. Bottom line, I enjoyed it. I was looking forward to it more than I ended up liking it, but I will say it's one of the most Spielberg movies I've ever seen that Spielberg didn't make. The movie was directed by David Robert Mitchell, produced by J.J. Abrams, and man, it felt like a Steven Spielberg movie. Uh, like I said, I did enjoy it, but I didn't love it. There were some plot points that weren't great to me. The core of the story was like once they lay some groundwork, you know exactly which direction it's going. They do have a little twist in there. It's like, oh shit, maybe they got some balls. Maybe that's not where they're going. But then the ending, they're like, we're gonna play it safe, send everyone home happy. Spoiler, I guess. But yeah. So it was a kind of a disappointment, but I still did enjoy it. I don't want to make it seem like it didn't. I gave it 3 stars. Anne Hathaway, she can do no wrong. Even that turd Mother Mary, I enjoyed it because of her. So the movie was good. Nico, what'd you see?
But your movie also had Ewan McGregor in it from Star Wars.
Yeah,
I've
Ewan
seen all.
McGregor.
I've seen all of those. They were great.
Yeah, of course.
I heard that Ewan was good in it
He
for what he was
was
playing. Yeah.
he was, but I will say, and I could be completely wrong, but his face looked weird in the movie. Maybe that's just how
It
he
did.
looked. Maybe it's because he shaved. Ah, you know what I just realized? I think they may have done. I think they may have digitally removed his beard. There's
It's
another movie
possible.
that we talked about recently, or maybe I just reviewed it on Letterboxd. I can't remember what the movie was, but they digitally removed the guy's beard, and it was very distracting. It just didn't
Hmm.
look natural. Now that I think about it, I think that's what they may have done.
Didn't they do that for Adrian Brody some in The Brutalist, like his beard or mustache or something?
Hmm. I don't.
Why do I? Why do I? I've never even seen that movie, but I feel like I heard that.
I don't. I don't know. That's not the one I was thinking of. But Ewan McGregor was good. The kid actors were good, and there was plenty of laughs to be had. Plenty of heart to the story. Like I said, a lot of tension. It just, from what I was expecting, from what the trailers looked like, which the trailers weren't misleading, so that's not where I'm going with this. But also all the buzz that I saw after the movie release. I mean, there was tons of
Mhm.
just rave reviews. I was a little let down.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I might go see it. I don't know yet. But I saw It Ends from Neon. It was a part of AMC Scream Unseen. I think Regal has just Mystery Monday Horror Edition is what they call it. But I was hoping it was going to be Buddy just because I'm kind of excited to see kind of a Barney inspired horror movie. But whenever that neon sign came up, I was like, what the fuck is this? I have no idea. Then I saw what the title card was. So I Googled it and I can't just watch a movie blind. Like I kind of got to know what like a little bit of the synopsis is just so I know what I'm watching. But I'll just be quick with it. It's basically these 4 friends. This guy's picking up his 3 friends from college and they're just going out to get something to eat. And they make a turn on this road and then they realize this road is never ending. They just keep driving and driving and driving. And there are some layers to the movie, deals with like depression, fighting your demons, stuff you've went through in the past. Uh, there's really good tension too, because like there's these people in the woods. I'm not going to get too deep into it, but
Where were they?
in the woods, shout out to Shane, the goat. But Well, there's a lot of good tension, a lot of good scares. The camera work and the sound design I thought was fantastic. One of the lead actors from the movie, his name is Mitchell Cole. I believe he's from Tallahassee because I found him on Instagram, and I noticed like he had pictures in like Florida State shirts. He's following like the Tallahassee Film Club, stuff like that. So I may send him a DM see if he wants to come on the pod just to talk about Tallahassee film and this movie. But it's also got one of those things that we've talked about a lot in the past where movies where the same thing kind of happens over and over, they get kind of monotonous and just runs on and on and on. And the ending is going to be, I think, divisive for some people, may be satisfying for some people, but I thought it was a solid watch for Neon. I'm between like 2.5 and 3 on it. Like I really can't decide.
Yeah.
But I know Dustin, you plan on seeing it, so I'll listen to your feedback as well.
I'm going to see it because number one is Neon, so I try to see every Neon and A24 release I can. Definitely.
You're a big Neon Shop fan, from what I heard.
Yeah. When is it actually released? Do you know off the top of your head?
Next Thursday, I think.
Okay, so not
this Thursday, but next Thursday.
Not tomorrow. Okay, gotcha. All right, yeah, I'll go check that out.
Let me confirm that real quick.
While you're pulling that up, I remembered what movie it was that I saw. Someone's face looked weird.
August 27th. Yep.
27th. Okay. I remember what movie it was that I watched recently that they digitally removed facial hair. I'm pretty sure it was Batman versus Superman, or might have been just Justice League. It was one of those, but it was Henry Cavill. They took his mustache off digitally, and I'm like, bro, it's a mustache. My mustache, if I shave right now, it'll be back in 3 days, full strength.
Yeah, but he's got a majestic mustache. Like, no, I mean, he's a handsome fella.
How much money he get paid for that movie? I don't want to hear that shit.
But he's a draw. He's like, I ain't doing it. So he's just like,
see, that's I ain't a draw. Okay. So moving on here.
I mean, us compared to Henry Cavill. Let's be for real.
I feel you. Moving on to some other movies that may not be new that we also watched this week. Nico, you watched 2 horror movies. You put one on the rundown here.
I only watched one of them. I think Michael watched Bambi: The Reckoning.
No, I did. You watched 2.
Oh.
The scariest movie ever made.
Oh, yeah. I didn't put that one down. But yeah, whew. Do you want to talk about Bambi first, brother?
Sure. Yeah, I watched, so, we've reviewed a good chunk of the Pooniverse, the Twisted Childhood universe, I think is what they called it. I can't remember. Anyway, the Pooniverse. We reviewed a few of those movies on the show. We've done instant reactions for others. We've had, of course, Scott and Reese on the show. Great guys, friends of the show. Love those guys. So the only one that I hadn't watched yet, and I don't know if you guys have either, but Bambi: The Reckoning. It's out. It's on Peacock and Tubi. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch it. It's only 81 minutes. Let's check it out.
Were they involved with this one?
They produced it. They did not write it. They did not direct it. And unfortunately, it shows. See, a lot of the things that we give them credit for in the Pooniverse is their creativity, what they're able to do with such limited budgets, and the stories that they can write. This one felt like a low budget movie. The other ones, we feel like they outperformed their budget. This one felt like what the budget was. To me, it was the weakest of the Pooniverse. The story was weak. The CGI was very bad. I mean, very bad. Which honestly is confusing because writer-director doesn't have anything to do with that. That's the visual effects studios, which I'm assuming they probably use the same ones as the others.
I mean, Blood and Honey 2 is like awesome.
Yeah. And now
practical, yeah.
Blood and Honey 1, not so great.
Yeah, but they kind of like skirt around it almost. It's almost intentional bad.
They leaned into it. This one, I just thought the deer looked bad. There wasn't as much gore as you'd expect. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of death and carnage, but for some reason, I just expected more based on how the movie started. And the biggest sin that I think this movie committed, Bambi: The Reckoning, is that to me, it tried too hard to be a serious story. Like there's some messaging in there about destroying the planet and the effects that it has on wildlife, which is great. But the other movies in this universe, they still have that like kind of fun to. Even Peter Pan is a dark side of it, but they didn't I don't know. It was better, I guess. So it made up for it. This one wasn't as good. So when you're trying to be serious messaging, it made the film feel very heavy and laborious to watch. I gave it 2 stars out of 5 on Letterboxd.
Only 81 minutes too. That's tough. Yeah, I wanted to see Bambi when it was in theaters a while back, but it got that 9:50 only showing. I was like, can't do it. Too tired.
We didn't even get that in Knoxville. Now, I will give them credit. I've been an advocate and I've sung the praises of the opening credits in the Pooniverse, how they do that animated style. They do that in Bambi as well. Best part of the movie.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I did see 2 movies this week, 2 horror movies, but we'll go first with Texas Chainsaw Day recap. Yesterday, August 18th is 1974, 3 was when the movie released. It was 74 is when it released, but I think August 18th, 73 is like when the movie is or whatever. I was excited to go see this movie, but work kind of pissed me off all day. It's hot, being hot all day just puts you in a bad mood. And then the crowd, and I saw a lot of other people complain about this too. The crowd was just not good. Like parents bringing these young kids for whatever reason, people yapping, won't stop talking. It's like, and this is a Fathom event, and Dustin can verify this as well. Fathom events, you got to pay for them. Like, you don't get them with your A-list or your Regal Unlimited. So
nope.
Full price, every ticket. And then people are just talking the whole time. And I guess people might have that mentality, like, this is an old movie, everybody's seen it, we're just going to have fun. But some people want the real experience of seeing all this stuff live on screen. Like, that's me. So yeah, exactly. Still the theater. Like, if you want to watch it and be loud, watch it at home. But I stayed until Kirk's death. And I'm sorry, I don't remember the lady's name, where, the one who gets shoved on the meat hook or whatever. I stayed for that part just to see, the Leatherface's arrival. And so that was cool. Like, the sound design was great, that gritty look. And it's, it just confirms what we've all said in our review many moons ago. Like, that movie just feels so nasty and raw and real. And it translated well on the screen, too. And but the scarier movie I saw this week was in Dolby Cinema on Sunday. I saw La La Land. Ooh, brother.
Yeah.
It's like that meme where it's like, like 80, 90% of the bottle is like, hell yeah, having fun, we're singing and dancing. Then all of a sudden it all falls apart. Yeah. That was basically that meme. And, I think that's a 5 out of 5 movie. It's great, but I do just have like some qualms with that 5-year time jump. It's like, dude, this is the present day. Like, if y'all still loved each other and wanted to be together, like, call each other on the phone, like, text each other. Like, the communication could have still happened. Like, you didn't know that this guy made a club.
It's like, you're asking for a lot. She is just a girl.
That's true. That's true. But to go to his bar and see that it was his bar and then stay, that's diabolical. I always saw that meme where it's like, what doesn't kill you shows up to your jazz bar 5 years later. But it's a great movie. Great movie.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely not traditional horror, but it's gut-wrenching. Let's put it that way.
Dude, what actor is in more movie? You've not seen The Notebook. Mike can verify this, but what movie star has been in more movies where he overhears his girlfriend's parents call him basically a bum because he doesn't have a job.
I mean,
or a good job.
What? It's Notebook, La La Land. Wait, what's the other one?
You should watch Blue Valentine.
I do want to watch Blue Valentine because I just like Ryan Gosling getting his heart ripped out.
Yeah, that's what it is. So that movie is up there with La La Land as far as
I tell you what,
sadness.
I watched the movie with Ryan Gosling this week too. Liability and coverage, brother.
I did too. He's taking Alan out.
Yo. Yeah. Bum. Your son's a bum.
More on that later.
Yeah, those are my 2 theater visits: La La Land and Texas Chainsaw Massacre on Chainsaw Day.
Yeah. Well, moving on from movies that we've already watched, time to talk about some movies that we haven't watched yet. Upcoming releases coming out this week. So as we release this, it should be in the theater this weekend. Teenage Sex and Death at Camp Miasma. I said before, it's getting a very limited release. Knoxville wasn't even getting it at Regal. I was going to have to go to this local theater that does a lot of like indie showings or a lot of classic movies. And I was cool with that because I've never been. I want to go, Central Cinema. But I just looked today, and Knoxville is getting screenings of it. So check your local listings.
Yeah, we're getting it too, starting tomorrow.
And for the, we all take Rotten Tomatoes scores with a grain of salt, but 99%, 98%, whatever it's sitting at right now, it's the highest rated horror movie of the year
so far.
So far. But I liked parts of I Saw the TV Glove. What I didn't like was I just think they missed the mark with the message that they were wanting to convey.
But I mean that's a very specific group that movie was for, though. If we're being real,
yeah, this one seems like a much more
general audience,
audience slasher. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to seeing that. And also, we got another one, my favorite kind of movie, another sequel. Insidious, Out of the Further. Not only is it a sequel, it's a rated PG-13 horror movie, so you know I'm going to love it.
I think all the Insidious movies are PG-13. I don't think any. Don't quote me. I have to look that up.
I think you're right, but I'm not a fan of most of them either. So
no, yeah.
I have two points I want to make because I saw that what I would consider to be god awful poster for this film. Sorry, but that's just how I feel. One, is Lin Shaye in this motherfucker? Okay.
I think so.
Okay. Second point, and Dustin, you'll appreciate this. Okay. Jacob Chase he's the director, wrote the screenplay for this movie. Guest starred on season 7, episode 1 of Boy Meets World.
Nice.
As Dominic, who is Morgan's first date.
Oh, yeah, okay.
How about that?
All right, I'll go see it just for that. Lin Shaye is top billing if you go to the IMDb. But Jacob Chase, wrote the screenplay and directed.
Yep. That was my little connection. I was like, I know I got some kind of fun one with this movie. Okay. All right. I'm not going to see it, guys. And unless somebody picks it, I'm not going to see it. I'm not going to do it.
That's fine. Yeah, I'm sure we'll talk about it on here when we see it in the theater, and Nico and I see it in the theater, and if you go to make it. If we hype it up, we could talk you into it. I don't know.
That's true. If it gets a stamp approval from you two, I will go out of my way to see it.
I'm going to be the tough
Dustin
one.
Don't like Insidious movies. I think you've only seen 3 of them. I don't think you cared for any of them.
I saw 1, 2, and Red Door.
Yeah, I don't think you cared for any of them.
Yeah, I've seen 1 and 2, and I didn't like those that much. So
first couple, all right. Red Door I had issues.
That's my least favorite one of the 5 I've seen.
Great. So we can only go up. Moving on to our next segment. We got news and headlines here. Mike, I saw that you also watched a horror movie this week that kind of ties in with our top headline. So why don't you take the wheel?
Yeah, sure did. I took the time I already kind of mentioned Remember the Titans, and Scream 4 was the horror movie that I watched, one of my favorite horror movies of all time. There was pretty good reason for watching that movie. It's not news here, but it felt like a good time to bring this up, which would be the passing of Hayden Panettiere, 36 years old, this past week. Kind of shocking. I think I sent that tweet, X post, whatever the hell it's called now, in the group text at like 11:30 at night, because that's the last thing I saw right before I went to bed. I was like, holy crap, what the hell? And then obviously everybody woke up to it the next morning. I mean, really tragic. A lot of stuff has come out that I honestly just didn't know about Hayden Panettiere, her struggles with substance abuse and mental health, and the stuff that happened to her through the industry, which, we've talked about child actors on this show before. It's a tough go, especially if you hit it big like she did with stuff like Remember the Titans, and she's in a lot of other stuff. And, I always forget that she came, that shows you how much I've watched Scream 6, but came back as Kirby in Scream 6 as well, and nailed that role. And so I haven't gone out of my way to watch that yet, but I know I will. I mean, just really, really sad, really just awful to hear that, awful to see that. I know that she has, it seemed like an overwhelming amount of love and support from people like Emma Roberts. I saw her post.
Her ex-husband, Vladimir Klitschko, former heavyweight boxing champion, he put a very touching and heartfelt post on Instagram, said that he's only going to ever speak highly of her to their daughter, make sure that she knows just the kind of person she was. It's really heartbreaking.
Dude, it was really, last thing, and then Nico, please take over. But that happened an hour from me. Like
Yeah,
Greenville's
yeah.
barely 50 minutes away from here.
Yep.
Very, just very sad.
Yeah, Melissa Burr had a nice post as well.
Yeah. I saw, we don't want to speculate. It's still an ongoing situation, but I did see a report. The cops found Narcan in the Airbnb. Whether or not that was a factor, I'm not gonna say yes or no. We'll leave it up to the cops. Also, it's just her boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, boyfriend again, Brian Hickerson. Seems to be a bad situation all around with that guy, so it makes it even sadder. I know they said that there was no foul play suspected, like she wasn't murdered, but this seems like she was going through a lot more than she was letting on. She's been doing a lot of interviews promoting her book
Right.
and talking about the triumphs that she's had in her life, which is great, and just goes to show that. Which I heard wrestler Biggie on Chris Van Vliet's podcast recently. He's got a book talking about the same things. Like when you're a public figure, you're kind of putting on a front, and you can go out there and be the happiest person alive. But when the cameras go off and you're alone, you never know what someone's dealing with. So shout out to mental health, everybody. Make sure to take care of your mentals above all.
Yeah, and before we move on, Mike Epps made a good point about that as well. Tears of a clown. It's like comedians, they go on stage, they tell these jokes, and they make everybody laugh, but then they go backstage and they're broken and they got to use their money they made telling jokes to see a therapist. That's what he said on Club Shay Shay or whatever, and that was really resonating. Like you don't really think about that.
Robin Williams is one of the three hardest celebrity deaths I took. Like that one really affected me because Robin Williams, our whole lives, other than 1 Hour Photo, which he was acting as a
fantastic,
insane person.
Yeah.
But every other movie, every other time you think of Robin Williams, he's making us laugh.
Yeah.
And for him to just be in so much pain, it's tragic. I do want to say also, friend of the show, Sean Irwin, Sean the Glee Man, said that he watched Scream 4 last night again, and I want to give out to Sean. Give a shout out to Sean.
She's, I mean, let's be honest here because we can only be ourselves. A lot of us hype up Scream 4 because of the quote cast of milk, which super fair. But I watched Scream 4 obviously with a little bit of internal bias because of what happened.
Well, it's good recently,
too. But
she's fantastic. Scream 4 is really good.
Yeah,
but she's also fantastic in the film. Like that character of Kirby, there is a reason there was so much fan wanting her to return to the franchise. Like we didn't see her die, like all that stuff on screen. So it'll be very interesting for Scream 8 to see if they do any tribute, nod, anything for Hayden, because I think it's well earned, well deserved. She's a fan favorite in the franchise. I think that she definitely deserves her flowers. And look, she's in a lot of other stuff too. She's in a guilty pleasure of mine, which is the third Bring It On movie, to be honest. That I have a good time with. I'm not gonna lie. And again, also Remember the Titans, Cheryl Yost. I mean, that's. I mean, that to put in that level of a performance at that age is really difficult, and she knocked it out of the park. So, very sad.
Speaking of Remember the Titans, and we can move on. She passed Sunday the 16th. We're recording this Wednesday the 19th. I've said it on the show, but earlier this year, like in January, I made a list. I made a category for every month, and I mapped out a movie a day for every day of the year. It just so I made that list in January. August theme is back to school and football season. So the first half of the month was back to school movies or movies that take place in a school. Second half of the month is all about football. It just so happens that Monday the 17th, the movie that I had on my list was Remember the Titans. And I ain't gonna lie, it was a little surreal watching that movie.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, no doubt.
And another thing about that, Ethan Suplee, who, I don't know if you guys saw his post.
I did.
That's heartbreaking stuff too. So huge 100%. Shout out to him for his recovery. He posted that, at the red carpet premiere of Remember the Titans, she ran and jumped in his arms, gave him a big hug, and there's a picture that he posted of them smiling together. And he said he went from that to shooting heroin in the bathroom. So addiction, mental health, want to give a shout out to that. Everybody take care of yourselves. Yeah, and there is no
Nope.
Easy segue from that. There is no way.
Speaking
Nope.
of Hayden's co-star in Scream 4,
There you go. Speaking of Hayden's
There you go.
co-host or co-star in Scream 4, American Horror Story season 13 trailer was released. It's 1 minute and 19 seconds long. I watched it. I don't know if you guys did. It didn't show much at all. Like, it's just this, it looks like a CG or maybe even AI building that we go into, and then down the hallways you got all these previous characters, and there's a lot of previous characters that we see. But that was enough for me. Like, just seeing, it's just really cool seeing all these different characters that we've seen throughout the years. They're all going to be involved in this in some fashion, and so it really intrigues you. Like, how are they going to tie? Are they going to be tied together? Is this going to be an anthology season where each episode's something new? I'm curious. So that was interesting.
yeah, it's just the only thing that I haven't watched the trailer yet, but I've seen where like Thais is not coming back and Lily Rabe's not coming back. It's like you got some big, actors and actresses not returning. It's like I wonder if it was like scheduling conflict. Maybe they're just done with this kind of stuff. I don't know, but it just kind of stinks that they're not coming back.
Yeah, I agree with that. I guess they only had so much money to throw at people. I don't know. I'm sure we'll get at least 3 Stevie Nicks songs though.
Hope so.
No, man. Just like clip. Just clip it.
We need the
Ryan
full.
Murphy. Ryan Murphy, if you can hear me, just use clips.
Maybe just a whole episode of just nothing but Stevie Nicks performances.
I'm good with that.
Is it anthology, or are we doing a sequel season for something else?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't know if it's because I haven't seen that much releases.
It's funny, right? It's funny we did Coven recently because I could have swore I had seen something about a sequel season to Coven.
This one, they like a lot of the promo posts have been all of the witches back in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did see Queenie and Nan are in that trailer that I was talking about. So checked out just glimpses of them, but it's cool. Shout out to Nan, the highlight of Coven.
Okay.
She was great. I like Nan.
She was awesome. She was hilarious.
Here's some cool news about another huge horror movie this year. I saw that Backrooms Everything Must Go, the bonus footage, is now streaming for free on YouTube. All you got to do is just Google Backrooms and it basically pull it right up. Kane Pixels is the account. Kane Parsons, the director and the writer of all that. I did not get to see the Everything Must Go the when they re-released it, Dustin. So
I didn't either.
I may go check that out, but I may or may not have put Backrooms as my film review for November.
Hey,
just because I want to revisit that movie anyways, because I've been watching, on TikTok, they'll start pushing stuff again. And I think Chiwetel Ejiofor was just really good in that movie. And like, once you get to see like just his like confessions to the therapist and all that, like isolated, it really kind of hits like what he was going through and what the Backrooms does to people. And I like that. So I'm looking forward to revisiting that and with new eyes.
So, forgive me if I'm wrong here. Is Everything Must Go bonus footage? It's just the extended scenes is what's uploaded for free on YouTube?
Yeah, it's not the whole movie. It's just the 18 minutes extra that they put on it.
So, my proposition is if you watch that before you pick the movie, which I'm sure you will, I'm sure I will too. If it adds a lot, let's try to find the extended version and just review that one.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we can watch the movie, then just jump over to YouTube and watch it.
That too.
I mean, I'm down with that.
That's yeah.
I mean, honestly, it's I think it's like 18 minutes. That can just be the final scene by scene if you wanted to do that.
There you go. You can do something like that. Yeah, cool.
I could have swore when I looked at FamCow it said back shots. Sorry, brother.
That's probably.
This is live news.
That was the Hub theme song, by the way.
The FCC is canceling us. We're the worst news channel. But all right,
sorry.
What else we got on the docket?
Oh, this is me. Yeah. Sorry. So it's funny that you put this in here because I actually did see a little snippet about this, which was Matthew McConaughey revealed in a recent interview that he turned down the role of Joel in The Last of Us, which he had a couple, like, what I would consider to be, by the way, just knowing, because I did half of of season 1 with you guys, or I may have gotten through the full thing. I don't freaking remember. Excuse me, but I don't remember. But I do know I got tired of seeing Pedro Pascal on my TV, and so I would have loved Matthew McConaughey. He did mention one that he was excited about the role, the potential of that role, but just wasn't acting that much at the time. He was doing a lot of other stuff like writing, producing, doing business stuff. I mean, I think we all saw the car commercial, right? So like he just really wasn't involved in acting. And another thing he said was as much as he liked True Detective and the work that him and Woody did, it's like literally making a movie, that process, but for like 7 months at a time to do a full season of something. And that is just like really draining on someone to do like movie, but really long. That he said it was just something he wasn't ready to commit to. I would have preferred Matthew in the role personally.
I think Pedro gets too much hate. I think he was fine in the role, but
He was fine in
but
the role too.
McConaughey is
Ellie was annoying as fuck. She was the problem.
She was the worst.
Yeah, she was definitely the problem.
Frick.
No, we can cuss, pal. But
Okay. Whew.
I wasn't sure. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I was kidding
forgot.
earlier. But I will say that speaking of McConaughey, he's just in a league of his own. Like there's only a handful of actors from each generation that are the bar, and he's up there. I don't care what anyone says. I saw a movie.
He's my favorite.
That's fair. Keanu Reeves is my favorite, and he's nowhere near as good an actor. So I understand that. I'm
a Leo guy myself.
Leo is up there as well. It's funny.
He's probably the GOAT because I sent Dustin a TikTok about that today.
Nigo sent me a TikTok about how many movies in the 90s, like basically everything was offered to Leo first, and everyone else just kind of got what he rejected. Who was it that? Oh, it was Christian Bale.
Yeah, Christian Bale, and he's honestly, if you were to ask me, like just pure acting, I think Christian Bale's as good as Leo.
He's up there.
I think he definitely can be in the right role.
He auditioned for What's Eating Gilbert Grape, Titanic, Romeo and Juliet, and Leo's like, nah, I'm taking those.
It's weird though. I can't see any movie that not that someone else couldn't do those roles, but sometimes I'm like, I could see this person in this role. There's not many Leo movies where I'm like, I could see somebody else doing as good or better in the role that he decided to take.
I got one for you that's going to be controversial. Okay. But also, before I get to that, it's funny, American Psycho, which is what Christian Bale's, one of the things he's most known for, he got that role because Leo turned it down. So,
right.
But
right. Twice.
I agree with you about Leo and how it's like when you see him in a role, it's like that's his role. There's a movie last year that cleaned up at award shows.
Yeah, you said that.
I said it to y'all.
Yeah.
One battle after another. Great movie. Shout out Paul Thomas Anderson. As crazy as this is going to sound, I think Shia LaBeouf would have been better cast in that role because he brings such chaotic energy in everyday life.
Yeah.
That's what that character was chaotic energy.
That's fair.
I think he would have absolutely smoked that role, but Leo did too. So I'm not saying that it would have been any better. I'm just saying Shia LaBeouf could have done that role. But speaking of folks getting roles, Samara Weaving and Indy Navarrete, people that are very familiar to the horror genre. This is non-horror news, but I thought it was worth mentioning. They've both been cast in the new X-Men project from Marvel. Super excited about that. Christopher Abbott cast as well. He was cast as Charles Xavier. Christopher Abbott, no stranger to the show. He was in It Follows. And
It Comes at Night.
Or It Comes at Night. It Comes at Night. And something else.
He was in that movie with Margaret Qualley, too, that you had me watch from Neon.
Well, yeah. That was a freaky-ass movie. What was that movie? Anyway,
I can't remember the name of it, though.
Jamie looked that up. But yeah, Samara Weaving and Indy Navarrete. It's so awesome to see Indy Navarrete. Like, she did such a good job in Obsession that now she's landing a role in the MCU. Like, say what I know you guys aren't fans. That's huge roles.
Oh, it's huge.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And
100%.
Also, I saw today that she turned down Heat 2.
Yeah.
Michael Mann's Heat 2 to be, because she was hoping to be in the X-Men movie and she got that role. And I told a buddy, we were talking about that.
Dude,
That would have been hard to
That
turn down.
is, yeah,
Hear me
because
out.
Heat 2 has heat in that cast.
Which is why I think it was smart for her to turn it down.
Yeah,
I'm not
I
questioning
get
her
it.
potential at all. I think she showed what she did in Obsession with Nikki's character. She can act. But when you're still trying to prove yourself, you're still an up and comer. You have one good performance under your belt that people know about. She's been in other stuff, obviously. But to be in a movie with that many stars, you don't want to be the weakest link if you're starting out or trying to make a name for yourself. So I think it was smart for her. Marvel was a safer pick. And that may not have played at all into her decision, but that's why I think it was smart for her to do that.
And
Now,
like, kind
also,
of just to piggyback off of that, like, and I don't think she was bad in this movie per se, but like Mia Goth was in the Odyssey, but she didn't really do much. She was just there.
yeah.
And I love Mia Goth. You know how I feel about her, but she's been acting a long time. But
Yeah.
I mean, she didn't really do much in Frankenstein either.
Plus, if you're talking residuals, that Marvel money's gonna, she probably could have done both. A lot of actors do multiple projects at the same time, but if she could only do one, I think it's smart. So she's gonna look like a bigger star in a Marvel movie compared to that elite cast of Heat 2. But also, the Marvel residual checks are going to be bigger because it's going to make more money. So,
and there's always going to be Comic Cons and all that stuff where they're going to be inviting X-Men people and whatever. I don't know what's all involved in the MCU and X-Men, but there's going to be plenty of sequels too, I imagine.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, only thing I would add, you're only one roll away. You really are. You're only one roll away, man.
That's true. But
crazy.
To me, are you talking about what she did with Obsession? And
yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying maybe being in Heat would be the role, but I was like,
no. Okay. I just meant you're literally one just like knock it out of the park movie away from being the next big thing everyone wants.
From being the next, she's the Austin Butler of Paul Mescal's or whatever it was.
I'm rooting for Indy. Like, she's awesome, and shout out Samara Weaving too. Like, this is going to be like the things we've seen her recently in is like Caroline, small independent movie. Yeah, Ready or Not and Ready or Not 2 are big horror movies, but like outside of the genre, like who knows that?
Yeah, but
like, what's her most mainstream movie? 3 Billboards. Just off the top of your head.
I don't know that one's really mainstream. I mean, it won awards, but still, a lot of people haven't seen that movie.
It's a good movie.
It also seems like she's doing fun projects. I think that Samara Weaving's focus this time is doing what feels fun for her, because every like Over Your Dead Body, super fun. So shout out to her for taking fun roles.
But I mean, this is the kind of role for her and honestly Indy, where they can go from like 2 million, like not that followers is the big thing, but like 2 million to 3 million followers, all the way into that 10 to 20.
It honestly is a big thing though. We've heard it from.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like
interviews. That's
Maya Hawke said it too. Like, she wanted to delete Instagram, but they want you to have them followers.
If you don't have motion, they don't want to cast you.
So. And it shouldn't be that way per se, because I mean,
you're telling me if Leo didn't have social media, and I don't even know if he does have social media. Tell me that if he was an up and coming actor right now, that we might miss out on Leo movies because he doesn't have social media. That is ridiculous.
He reminds me of one of those guys that's like, I don't even have it on my phone. Yes, you do, motherfucker. Yes, you do. You're fucking lying.
He definitely has Instagram at least.
Yeah, buddy. I was gonna say him and Shawn Michaels have the same For You page.
Because that is where the mid-20s bombshells are. So
yeah. We got some cool news here. Upcoming video game Saw Genesis. Looking forward to that. I don't really play video games, but I love Saw. It's going to introduce a new puppet called Betty, a handmade doll whose creepy, curious presence reminds you that you're probably going to die. And apparently it existed a year before Billy. I saw the picture.
It's supposed to be 100 years. Sorry.
100 years before Billy. My apologies.
Okay.
I saw the picture. Didn't love it, but we'll see. We'll see.
Two questions I have. Oh, sorry, Nico. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I didn't have guy.
You didn't have nothing else. I mean, I really didn't know about the video game until Dustin brought it up, honestly. So I'm going to have to do some more research on that.
So 2 questions I have is, one, I did not research this, so this is what you come to our show for. It's a professional podcasting service. Is this a failed script by chance?
I don't know.
Or two, and two, do they have the rights to use Billy and the Saw universe characters, or are we just do we just have the rights to use Saw? I'm just curious because Halloween comes out in like 2 weeks, and they only have the rights for now. I don't think that's going to last, but they only have the rights for now to use the 1978 film and those characters in that setting.
I would venture to guess they don't have the rights to Billy because why would
Correct.
that's what people want.
Correct.
You don't introduce a new character in a video game years after
100 years prior too.
100. Yeah, I'll get into that in a second. But you're introducing a new character. Honestly, I love the franchise too, Nico. You know, it's probably my favorite horror franchise. It's been years since Saw the franchise has been relevant. Like Saw 10 came and went. I feel like Jigsaw or Spiral. Don't get me started. And so if you're wanting people to buy it because they love Saw, give us Billy. That's what we want. And then introducing lore, like, what are you talking about? How does that even work? A century before Billy was John Kramer's concoction.
Creation.
Like he created this puppet because he wanted to get back at society and fix society. So now you're saying that 100 years prior, someone had the same idea. So you're either calling John Kramer a copycat, which get out of here, or you're just making up stuff on the fly.
That screams failed prequel script to me. Like somebody had an idea, maybe not enough meat on the bone for a movie. Let's make it into a video game. Because like if we've got the IP, we might as well do something with it so it doesn't go dormant, like all those Hellraiser sequels that got made, right? Like we have to keep busting out movies so we don't lose the rights. So when something good does come along, we can still have the rights. Again, and I meant to put this in the rundown because I saw something about it. I'm pretty sure the people that made the Halloween game, some other movie rights will be popping up in that universe soon too. So right now it's just 1978, but I saw that one of the people that helped make that game or work on that game teased a skin of Silver Shamrock kids. So that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah. Actually, that would be fun in a video game.
Could you imagine Michael putting on a Silver Shamrock mask to fuck with people? That's what I'm talking about.
Dustin loved that song. He made a video about it.
Yeah. But it is funny. The Halloween rights are all screwed up. That's why if you go to Walmart, you always see T-shirts for Halloween 2.
Spirit Halloween is I know. It's like, dude, Spirit Halloween is stupid. They've had the rights to 2, 6, I think, and Resurrection. What the fuck? Okay, all not great films.
Some unrelated news on that is Spencer's own Spirit Halloween, and Spencer's just bought Hot Topic. So, are they going to have 2 separate stores still? Because I always go to both of them because they tend to have different merchandise. Yeah. So we'll see what happens there.
It wasn't a phase, Nico. It wasn't a phase.
So now you can go to Hot Topic, get your.
You get a lot of good horror shirts there.
You can go to, if you're an employee there, you can get your Hot Topic Slayer T-shirts, then pop over to Spencer's and get your Spike dildo and get a discount on both.
All right. Okay. All right.
Crazy. But back to Halloween, we do have more Halloween news, Mike.
Yes, we do.
Moving on.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was going to segue there too. Speaking of Michael Myers, my man has his own beer. That's what I'm talking about. And I know Dustin's excited because Dustin loves IPAs. And so I know he's going to go out of his way to try the Michael Myers Voodoo Ranger beer in the Halloween Hoppy Pack with an exclusive Michael Myers IPA. 7.5 alcohol, though, buddy. That's fantastic. Most Voodoo Rangers are in that 6.5 to 7 range. So this is good stuff here, man. Honestly, the can looks cool as fuck.
Yes.
So, like, we're not a visual medium. We probably got to work on that at some point. But if I could pull it up, I would for the video people so they could see. But it's a cool fucking can. Go out of your way to see it. That's the reason I would buy it.
Yeah, the can would be cool to have on a shelf, but I can promise you I would not open it. And if I opened it, I wouldn't drink the contents. IPAs, no. Just give me my 4.5% Miller Lite and about 15 Jameson shots.
No rump.
Or some rump mints or some Malort. You never know. But well, Mike got to talk about one of his favorites, Michael Myers. Now I'm going to talk about one of my favorites, And I'm talking about real life favorite, not a character. David Arquette. How about that? I'm tying in David Arquette to the news. Don't even have to do six degrees. David Arquette is taking Scream on a multi-city tour for its 30th anniversary. It's going to have a screening of the movie, and then afterwards, Arquette will take the stage for question and answers. I haven't seen any dates or locations, but you best believe I am going to try to make one. I doubt that one will happen in Knoxville, so I'm going to have to drive, but it's worth it. It's my goat.
Yeah, he's cool. He's really nice.
And I saw that he's open to doing a Ready to Rumble sequel. He said he's surprised there hasn't been one. I saw that today. Give it to me.
You almost have to. I'm down for it. You know TKO is not going to do it. So you have to go AEW or Ring of Honor or something. So like that's still fun. If AEW signs on, that's a big enough stage, big enough platform for me. You get David Arquette versus like Adam Copeland or something in that movie. That'd be fucking great,
dude. And not to mention, speaking of AEW, and I brought up Spielberg earlier. Disclosure Day, the opening scene to the movie Disclosure Day, is Lance Archer versus Brian Cage in a wrestling match. So AEW's already been in movies this year.
I said you could, if you wanted to be funny, you could redo that match on the opening scene in the movie.
That would be so funny. That's the kind of stuff I would do.
Yeah, we're getting closer to wrapping it up, but I could have swore, I feel like I've seen this post like once a month for like the past 6 months. Welcome to Derry is officially renewed for season 2 and set in 1935. Am I tweaking? Like, I could have swore I've seen that Welcome to Derry season 2 has been renewed like every month the past few
I think it was rumored. It was rumored, and then
like I'm sure it made a ton. Like, why wouldn't it be
HBO and then made it official?
Yeah,
with a teaser.
That's how I think. That's how I took it. I think it was just rumored and expected, but no official news. Now it's officially official. It's Facebook official.
They finally got Bill Skarsgård. Facebook official. 6 months. The same joke. They finally got Bill Skarsgård paid enough where he's like, fine, I'll come do this shit again.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah.
Honestly,
doing that again.
Honestly, though, Nico, I'm genuinely excited about this next season taking place in the 30s. Genuinely.
As long as it's in color and not done by Alfred Hitchcock, it'd be fine.
I thought I got you. Damn it.
Nah, he got
I thought you were going to take my bait.
Don't know shit about fuck. Anyway. Moving
Genuinely.
on here. Got one left, Mike.
All right. I did add this because I thought it was cool. And over the years, I love the evolution of Tubi. I love how it was like, and it, by the way, still hosts, and I want to be very clear, I don't even mean this in a bad way, some of the worst movies ever made are still on this platform. What's awesome about Tubi is that it's free. It is free, has a great library of good and bad and everything in between. And so it's almost like, and I'll be honest, we've used Shudder on this show. They've never been like a sponsor of ours or anything, so I'm not going to like overhype them. I think Shudder tried to do something, and that was an AMC production or whatever. Tubi is going all in on horror, and they've done the Terror on Tubi stuff seasonally in the past, but they're going to make it a year-round collection channel, however you want. There's going to be like a live feed on it, if I'm not mistaken, as well. So Terror on Tubi is going to be a year-round thing with as much horror content as possible. I mean, I even saw they have the rights to Halloween 2018 now. So like there's like all kinds of really good stuff on there. And for us as podcasters that cover horror films, the more IPs they add, the less we have to pay to watch the films. No offense.
I'm paying. I can't handle the ads. But hey, shout out to everybody who enjoys Tubi. It's like, hey, Tubi's a real one now. They're a real one. But if it's a movie that I haven't seen, like I can't watch it with ads. It just takes me out of it.
Well, Nico, in these trying times, you know, when it costs you $1,000 just to get out of bed in the morning, not everybody can afford to rent every movie they watch, like you. So
I don't watch that many movies, though, do I, Dustin?
That's a good point. You kind of crushed my argument, but Tubi's clutch, man. They have free.
No, for sure.
Free. And I love Tubi's social media. They just kind of poke fun at Netflix and all the other streaming platforms to charge. So
they've been making edits too. You seen the edits on TikTok Where like
No.
Jeepers Creepers and that weird song, that Ra Ta 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 Ta, whatever that song is.
Oh, yeah.
They did that one. That one was
That's
crazy.
funny.
Dude, not only that, I know everybody did, but they were one of the first to absolutely roast your quarterback there.
Yeah, like, don't get me started on that. Like, the first couple jokes are like, that's funny, but by this point, God, it's corny.
Yeah, but they were one of the first, and it was funny. It's like we were going to wait a day. We were going to do it yesterday, but out of respect,
Yeah.
he was being a child there. If it was him, if it was his mom, that doesn't shock me.
I don't care who it is. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. Go ahead.
Before we go to Q&A and our social media stuff, I just want to shout out, if you have a library card or you can get one, there's an app called Canopy, Kanopy. You can download. If you have a library card, they give you like a certain amount of tickets where you can watch movies for free, ad free every month. So it's awesome, and they have a huge library to pick from.
That's cool.
So definitely go get you a library card.
Oh, I have a library card.
Shout out to libraries too.
Hell yeah, I love a library.
All right, about to wrap this up. Jump into our mailbag here. We asked you, the listeners, for any questions or comments, and we're going to jump into them. I'll go first, knock out the one that we got on X, the artist formerly known as Twitter. Andrew Ferguson said HHN, Halloween Horror Nights, and he said, what would y'all like to see from the IP houses, assuming y'all go? Nico and I have never been. Mike, have you been?
I have been. It has been a very long time since I've been.
Yeah.
Because my dumbass almost swung on somebody that jumped up behind me and my ex-girlfriend. So that's not it's probably been about, how old am I? It's probably been about 18 years since I've been.
I've never been. I'd like to go sometime. It's just
the Center's house would be awesome.
It's like 10 hours away.
If you need to, no, you got to do it right, Dustin. Don't go to the Orlando one. You go this year. You buy a plane ticket. You fly all the way to California. You do that Universal, and you may have the chance to meet Indy Never.
No, it's not going to be her. So the IP houses, I tried to look it up, and the only ones that I can see that are listed are, first of all, Ozzy Osbourne has a house called Let the Madness Begin. That's kind of cool. Like, his whole gimmick, his whole career was very horror inspired. So that's cool. The stuff they can do with his music and everything. But they got Evil Dead Burn, Hellraiser, Stranger Things, The Final Chapter, and Sinners. Those are the big name IPs that they're using. And of course, like you mentioned, the one in California, I believe, is going to have an obsession. Like, they're going to have a Nikki roaming the park and scaring people. It's really cool. I don't really know. See, I can't really tell you, Andrew, what I want to see from the house because I've never been. I know what haunted houses are. I've been to haunted houses, but I don't know. I've heard that these are unlike any haunted house you've ever been to. So I don't know.
They're like the fun kind of scary, right? Where, I mean, they're not like haunts. Like, I forget the name of that documentary that I watched about people that work at those like haunts and stuff in the McCamey Manor or whatever. Nico, you're into true crime. I don't know if you stumbled across that.
Yeah, that hardcore one.
Yeah, super.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I mean, that guy should be charged with some crimes. But anyway, yeah, it was. Yeah, it's in Tennessee. Yeah, he's a fucking weirdo. But these are really cool, and I think what makes these cool is the IPs. Honestly, like, I would say it's just like almost every other haunted house, but they have the props, the movie magic aspect to them. Like, it's kind of, when done correctly. There was a Chucky one a couple years ago that I saw like a walkthrough.
I would have punted that little bastard across the park. Let me tell you.
But I think the fun thing is, Dustin, you're kind of like, it's like walking into that movie's universe.
That's cool.
And I think that's what makes it really cool. I mean, there was the Friday one when I went, and it was cool, right? It was like walking. It wasn't like walking into Camp Crystal Lake because that's really hard to recreate. But there was a lot of that, like, still that same mood and vibe going on.
I thought you meant Friday like Craig and Smokey. I was gonna say, damn.
That would have been hilarious. We haven't. Never mind. But I would say, just to answer the question from Andrew, Stranger Things, and I know, sorry, Dustin, but Stranger Things is going to make for a really cool and immersive house. Like, I have no doubt about that. Like, the things you can do, and I really hope they don't just do the most recent season, because there's some good stuff there, but all the stuff you can do with Vecna and the money they have for prosthetics and things like that, but you can capture that like 80s nostalgia vibe with the spookiness of Stranger Things. I think that would be really cool to see.
So that's what
Ozzy's is cool because that's really cool that they're doing that. I don't know what that's going to be though.
the Universal website itself says. Stranger Things, the final chapter. Like it's advertised
Uh,
as season 5.
Still could be good. Still could be good. It's just and what were the other ones?
Sinners and
There was
Hellraiser.
There's gonna be
I
killer
guarantee you
clowns
Sinners
too.
will be cool. I guarantee you.
See, it's not even
that-
on their website. I saw that too, but it's not on their website, so I didn't want
Wait,
to.
what is it?
Killer clowns is supposed to have a house too.
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah, that'd be fun. Sinners will be cool. I guarantee you it'll be like walking on a movie set. Guarantee. That's
The
going
line
to
to
be
get
super
in there
cool.
though. Whew.
All right.
Yeah.
So here's the things I want to see from the IPs. First of all, the obsession thing. I just hope that people aren't weirdos, which people are weirdos, but I hope that whoever's playing Nikki in the park is safe. And second of all, from the Sinner's house, hopefully whatever happens, like you go through it, maybe you get to dance with Remick, maybe you get to do all the fun stuff, get scared by the vampires, but hopefully at the end, as you're walking out of the house, they give you a machine gun and you get to actually shoot a clan member. That would be, I'd go to that.
Yeah.
I'd go to
That'd
that.
be awesome.
Is that all
That
we
would
had
be
on
awesome.
X?
That's all we had on X.
All right, I got IG pulled up. Whiskey and Tacos asked, what horror movie are you guys looking forward to the most to finish out the year? I got two answers. Other Mommy, just because the trailer looks really good with Jessica Chastain.
Yes,
And the only other one I could think of that I want to see is Werewolf by Robert Eggers.
Yeah.
Just because I'm a big fan, even if I didn't love Nosferatu. I'm not going to say it was a bad movie. It just wasn't for me. I guess I'm not into that slow, gothic-y horror stuff. But I love Robert Eggers. I think he's great.
So I'm looking forward to those. I'm also kind of looking forward to Resident Evil. Like I didn't play the video. I played the first video game once when I was a kid. But I'm not loyal to the game at all. And I don't think I even saw all the old Resident Evil movies. I think I may have seen one of them. But Zach Kreger, got my eyes on him. I'm watching him. I'm not completely.
I like
sold
Zach
on,
Kreger. He's one of my faves.
I'm not completely sold on him yet, so I want to see how he does with that. And then, Other Mommy. That trailer looks so freaky. I'm looking forward to that. Werewolf, Robert Eggers for sure. But another one is Clayface. I know you guys don't care about DC and Marvel, but this is DC, co-written by Mike Flanagan. Looking forward to that one.
I've seen the poster, but I don't know much about the actual movie.
Okay. Yeah, you guys kind of mentioned good ones, and one that I keep seeing little teasers for is Buddy, the one with
that's next week, I think.
Yeah,
that has me intrigued just because there's not much more creepy than a kid's television show that you turn into a horror movie, so that has my interest for sure. And what was the one with Jessica Chastain? I keep seeing them, but I can't remember the name.
Mommy.
Yeah, I do want to see that a lot.
Yeah, it looks good
as well.
All right, our next question is from Nice_384. Which series are you looking forward to the most, Carrie or Crystal Lake? For me, it's Crystal Lake.
Crystal Lake, hands down.
Crystal Lake.
Two words. Doubt. Lisa Cardinelli, must see TV.
All right, Chuck.
Linda Cardinelli, must see TV.
Linda. All right, last question we got is, Mike, what'd you pick?
Crystal Lake, for sure. And another Boy Meets World connection there, Dustin.
Absolutely.
Lauren.
She was hot.
And
I don't blame Corey.
The last
dude, I'm not going to pit Topanga and Lauren against each other, though. Those are two. You know the rest.
All right, last question we got is from Dana Tucker 73. What are some of the top movies on each of your lists that you haven't reviewed yet? I'll go first so y'all can think about it for a second. I know Dustin's not looking forward to it, but I like this movie. The Housemaid's going to be a fun one. Together, I'm doing Strange Darling next month, so I'm looking forward to that one for sure. The Long Walk eventually. Drop. Some older movies. This isn't really that much older, but like Annabelle Creation. I want to do another Annabelle movie. And I'll throw one more out there. I think we put this down on our list a couple times and just never did it. But Don't Worry, Darling, with Florence Pugh and Harry Styles. That's a good one.
That was going to be my first one I mentioned, Don't Worry, Darling, for obvious reasons. But also, it's a good movie. I liked it. Christine has been on my list to pick for forever. Dark Shadows. We haven't done that one, right? Dark Shadows.
Never heard of it.
Johnny Depp.
Hey man, I got any PTO in the?
No, you don't. Cape Fear. I've thought about picking that one recently.
Yeah, that'd be good.
As well as Vivarium. I've had it a couple times and changed our pick there.
Damn it.
Requiem for a Dream, The Machinist. But honestly, the biggest one I'm looking forward to is Pro Wrestlers vs. Zombies. I haven't even seen it. But I'm sold on that title alone.
I would say I'm looking forward to doing Backrooms because I haven't seen it. So when we get to that, I'm glad that we're doing it. Scream 7, which is a pick I have coming up for the spooky season. I am excited to finally actually do the full review. Man, there's a lot. I tried to rack my brain on this while you guys were talking, and it's never like I think I'm glad we all picked differently because I put down a bunch of my picks like 3 months ago, right? Where I was like, I'm going to do these, and I got all the way to November. I was like, all right, I want to see what kind of headspace I'm in then.
I did the same.
I am excited to do. I know no one else is, but I'm excited to do Nightmare Before Christmas just to make Dustin sit through it. Because if he's going to make me sit through Christine, I'm going to make him sit through Nightmare Before Christmas, and so that's just the way it's going to be.
I'll sit through that movie, and then I think I might paint my headliner red in my truck. I don't
What's
know.
this? What's this? This color everywhere. What's this?
Hey, how many calories are in 12 gauge shell? Anyone know?
Come on, man. On the
a life-changing amount.
True.
Mike, do we have anything on Facebook, question-wise?
No, we didn't.
Okay.
Right.
Had a good amount of likes, but no
problem.
No question.
Don't feel obligated to chime in on this.
Yeah, for sure.
We talked for an hour talking about what we had, so. But we hope you all enjoyed it.
We did have one more question though.
Oh, my bad. You asked him.
What NBA star would make it into WWE?
Jeff Teague.
Probably Dwight Howard. Let's conclude the show.
It's out the mud. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Thanks to all our blood donors. Hopefully you all enjoy this show, and we'll be back next week with another cycle of DGOT news.